in your bag that we've given you. This is the PTA mission to make every child's potential a reality by engaging and empowering families and communities to advocate for all children. And I like to keep this at the forefront. If you're doing something in PTA, how is it going to affect the kids? That is essentially why we are here. And so I really feel like we need to keep this in the forefront of what we do and how we do it. So we got you a little sticker, and you can put it wherever. Mine's on my computer just to remind me why we are here. All right, Delaney. These are your contact. This is me, Tanya Rhodes. I'm at tanya.rhodes186@gmail.com. I'm the one that's been driving you crazy to try to get you here. Susan, that is the PTA. That would be your district contact. If you have any information or any questions district-wide, she would be the one that you would ask. So Susan Edwards. All right, next one. Okay, we have 4 councils in our region. So we have a secondary. I'll just go through them really quick and then we'll go through who is. So a secondary, which is all the middle school and high schools that are listed in that. And then we have 3 elementary. So we have North, Central, and South. So if you're in secondary, our council president is Brooke D'Souza. I was going to say it incorrectly, I'm sorry. These are actually your meetings. So those are the dates of the meetings at 11 a.m. We do have rooms at Canyons, but at this point, they're going to be virtual. So if things change, then we will let you know. Brooke will let you know. So Brooke is who you would, if you're in secondary, she is your first contact. If you have questions, she would be the one that you would reach out to. So, and she can reach to me if there's anything, and if there is something that you need, you're more than welcome to reach out to me at any time. All right, the next one. Oh, sorry, is there a question?
Yeah, are those fees for the presidents or?
Yes, so these are the council meetings. Yep, and they're for the presidents. In the past, if it's going to be virtual, we can invite anybody, realistically, because then you're going to just be doing it probably over Zoom or a different way. So it's usually presidents, president-elect, and then the principals. This year, the principals might be kind of busy. We'll see. We'll get them.
So I have to point out that all these are on the paper.
Yes, the gold I sent in your folder. There's a gold paper, and it is actually all of the dates. Okay, so our North Elementary, we just found her. Her name is Chantel Nate. And these are yours. So this year for elementary elementary councils, as a region, we decided to have them all on the same day. And we got a room in the district, but again, they're going to be virtual to start out, so we'll see what happens down the road. For the most part, I would guess elementary is probably going to have to be virtual. We won't be able to meet all together, or we'll have to do different times throughout that day. So, and then this is, so there's North is Chantel, and these are the schools. And then we have Central. Andrew is your contact, same dates. And then one more is South, and Lisa is your contact, if you're in South. Yes?
Elementary is also 11 a.m., correct?
We don't have a time at this point. I put it at 9, just so that we could all start in the morning. But like I said, virtual, that would probably be, if they're virtual, we're going to have them at different times because as region, we have to be there. And so we'll have to work that out through the council presidents for times. Okay, next one. All right, so this is the calendar for reflections for elementary schools. It is due November 1st. Secondary, I just threw out a date and it was November 15th. If Brooke wants to change it, that's about what we had it due last time. We actually did it during the council meeting, but because we're not in, so we'll have to figure that out. Everything will be online this year though, so they should be able to be submitted online, and Terry will talk about that. The advocacy for Utah PTA, this is for Utah PTA, it is September 17th. I just wanted you to have these in your calendar.
It's not at Granite School District.
I lied, it's not at Granite School District. So hash that.
It might be virtual, but if it isn't virtual, it's going to be up at
New location, so scratch that. All right, reports. So the presidents have 3 reports that they have to do every year, and these are the dates for them. It is November 1st, February 1st, and May. It's always been at the end of school, so we'll just have it do that last week of school.
Is there a way we can get this printed?
Actually, I can just send you the whole thing. I was going to print it, and we had to have everything done by Monday, and I just didn't have it done. But yes, I can send it. I'll send it to everybody email-wise. Nominee committee needs to be elected by December 31st. And awards, they're in your handbook. They are due on January 15th. So these are PTA awards. We really won't go over them today. I decided just to do very simple, and we'll move through the year. We'll get you going on those. PTA Day at the Capitol, February 16th. And then this year, things might all change, but this is what we have scheduled as of now. The Student Day at the Capitol, they have decided because they've had so many students coming, this is just for secondary schools. They're going to have 3 days, so it's 9th, 16th, and the 18th. Yes?
Will they do different things on a different day or the same thing?
Usually it's the same thing.
So you just pick whichever day?
And Todd's even talking it might be virtual. I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. And then spring training is April 16th. We have a room, but we'll see what goes. All right, Delaney. Okay, so your checklist as of now, you should have met with your outgoing president and got all of your materials, your procedure books, that kind of things. Make name changes at the bank, so it's usually the president, treasurer, and secretary. You do have to have 3 that are able to sign at the bank. Those are the suggested. If you don't have that, then you can work, go from there. But those are the suggested people, president, treasurer, and secretary. You should meet with your principal, meet with the board to plan your year, and this year, that's kind of hard to do, but kind of get an idea. Plan your membership campaign. Be familiar with your PTA bylaws. You need to sign the ethics, conflicts of interest policy. That's page 155 through 157. That's going to be a hard thing to do this year. I was thinking about that last night. Right, and prepare your budget from your needs assessment from last year. All right, Delaney. Okay, budgets. We're going to talk budgets. So, we don't know how fundraisers are going to go this year. Life is just kind of crazy, and so we want you to be frugal with the money that you have, and make sure that you're doing PTA programs. So we go to the next one. So the PTA programs that should come out of your budget first are reflections, Battle of the Bands if you're in high schools, health and safety activities, which are ribbon weeks, internet safety, healthy lifestyles week, military families, take your family to school, math or reading nights, game nights, so those are the different things. Teacher appreciation. Now the ones that are highlighted, those I don't know if they're going to happen this year. So we might have to brainstorm and figure out different ways of doing those. But these should all come out of your PTA budget first, and then the other, you can add other programs or activities after that. All right, so at your board meetings, these are your board, just your executive board meetings. The bylaws say that they should be held monthly. You need an agenda. Minutes need to be taken at the meeting. There needs to be reports from commissioners, chairs, principals, and teacher representatives, whoever would like to report. Hold on just one sec. A treasurer report, including the budget, at every meeting. Any type of business that needs to happen. Calendar events that are coming up. Any assignments that you need to give to people. And then PTA members can attend, but they only have voice. PTA board members have voice and vote. Did you have a question?
Yeah, about minutes.
Uh-huh.
We've been doing Zoom meetings. Can we just record those? Like, I don't know, like, do we need to, like, take notes of everything that's, like...
Yes. Sorry. I mean, we need minutes because if it happens, if it's in the minutes, it happened at your meeting. If it's not in the minutes, it didn't happen. You have no way of proving it.
So if I didn't have minutes from, like, our first Zoom meeting in April, just like, let's have a Zoom meeting, we had a Zoom meeting, we didn't record it, our secretary didn't attend, like...
Did you have anything that happened that was,
I mean, I had an agenda.
but did you have any votes? Did you vote on anything?
No.
Then you're probably okay, but yes, you do need to take minutes.
Okay.
Anybody else?
And if we didn't, what would we do?
You're fine.
Okay. Pull from my agenda? Okay.
You're fired. That's it.
Okay.
All right, general meetings. So general meetings is where you invite all of your membership. That's not going to happen this year. So usually the suggested activities are back to school night, holiday performances, and parent-teacher conferences. So back to school night to approve your budget. So I listened to what Utah PTA said in their training, and what they said is to have your first meeting, and maybe that first 15 minutes, make sure that you invite all of your membership, and that first 15 minutes, just go over your budget and approve it. Make sure you have minutes, and that is how we're going to have to approve our budgets this year.
Question, what's the deadline? In my mind, the budget approval is really early, and we don't even have members till October, so we wouldn't even be able to invite them till November.
So you need to find out what a quorum is. Usually it's around 14, and then you just need that many people present.
And so we talked about doing like a, what do I call it, like a survey monkey or something, and using last year's member vote, like it's as potential email. We're trying to figure out how to invite or get the right.
Betty looks like she has a suggestion.
Remember, last year at the state, we extended the, membership year, that it went to October 1st, so you could use all of your members from last year.
That's right.
I remember that.
Okay, so did you all hear that? So your members actually, they go through October 1st of the following, or the next year. So realistically, you could use your old members from your member hub to approve your budget.
Awesome, okay.
Yes?
If we're doing, like, our back to school night is digital,
Yeah.
and our school has basically nixed, we've done the general PTA approving budget, and it's a nightmare, and our school has said, no way, we're not doing that ever again.
Right, so just do it at your first meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, just do it at your first meeting. Anything else?
And the state is being understanding of timing, and it might not be exactly by October 1st, but do the best you can and give it.
We'll be forgiving. Yes.
So, yeah, we were talking about back to school night, because that's when we normally approve our budget.
inviting your general too, your membership. Yeah. Yes.
So for the back to school and virtual, so is there any sort of pre-prepared PTA thing we can send out, or we can create any virtual stuff that we can send out with our school, back to school?
You're probably going to want to prepare that for you. I do have a little video. I mean, it's just from the national PTA. That's kind of like a membership thing that I'll show you in a minute. But you would want to kind of personalize from your school, I would think.
Yes, I just wondered if there's something additional as well, so it sounds like there's.
Yeah, there might be, yeah. Okay, so nominating committees are usually around Christmas. We're going to have to just make phone calls, and we're just going to have to approve those through our meetings. Sorry. And then elections, we did it last year for spring training. We had a Zoom meeting, and we elected everybody. So, I mean, we're just going to have to continue to do that. All right, go ahead, Delaney. Okay, so all PTA funds are collected and deposited separately from your personal and school funds. There are always 3 people to count the money. And then you always need to have an updated membership list. Member Hub makes that a lot easier for you. For a while, we didn't have membership lists, it seemed like, but Member Hub's fixing that for us. Membership dues are all due on the 25th of each month to Utah PTA. You can submit them through Member Hub.
Do they automatically go through, or you have to submit them?
I think you have to submit them.
That was a problem last year for a lot of schools. They just thought it was an automatic thing, and it's not. You have to go in and submit. And it does take a couple of weeks, so if you're going to do it through Member Hub, do it a little bit earlier in the month so that it can be recorded by the 25th, because then we have to turn around and send the national flag off.
The calculation is automatic, but you have to actually
Right, you have to submit and they'll tell you how many you owe for.
Right, okay, yeah.
And as of last year, council, you had to actually submit a check to them. I don't know if that's been changed this year. It's supposed to be in process. Betty says no. So you'll still have to submit your council dues by check.
It's the 2 signature requirements, or you can't do electronic, the check has the 2 signatures, that's how checks are.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, we don't do our membership through Member Hub, and we're using references, that's that one.
Yes. Anything else? Okay. Make sure that you're planning a membership campaign, because this year, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. So, and make sure that you keep your membership campaign. It continues throughout the year. So, can you click on this, Delaney? This just goes to pta.org. It's National PTA. Let's see if it'll work.
That was pretty slick having the Member Hub store being our. That was awesome.
Were you one of the schools that you went
I
to?
have like 60 people already.
Oh, okay. One of the schools we had to, some of the schools we had to run through Region 17, so we've had some questions on that. Oh, maybe it's not going to go. You test it and then it never works the way you want it to. Okay, so if it's not going to work, it's fine. What it is PTA, National PTA has put together quite a nice membership campaign. And it was just going to go to that page that shows you where it is. If we can get it up later when Susan talks, maybe I can get that video up that I was going to show you and at least show you the video for it. But it has a ton of stuff to use. It has a video, it has different things. Anyways, you just go to the next one, Delaney, it's fine. So these are the things that I just pulled off of the membership campaign, and I actually put it on our Facebook, kind of showed it as a banner for our Facebook. But this is supposed to be used as a join if that's something you want. All you have to do is download it. There's a whole webinar on how to use it. It's amazing. It's really good. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that was available at pta.org. All right, go ahead. Can you change to the next then Delaney. All right, so we talked about that there's 3 reports that are due by the president. You go to utahpta.org to submit these. You click on membership. I'll send this all out. I'll do reminders and send it all out. Click on a region's VP, and then you go to the local reports. What I want you to know is that the information that you're going to need, you only have one time. You can't come back and do it again. So once you go into it, you need to have all your information. So the information that you're going to need is your bylaws for your EIN and your local unit numbers, numbers of members that you have at the time, submission of financial information, so that's a yes or a no, have you done it? Volunteer hours, which you pull from the volunteer system. Susan will talk about that. I'm going to try to hurry because we're going to run out of time. And then all of your questions that you're going to need to answer are on page 60 in your handbook. All right, Delaney. I will talk to them about that, yes. All right, so procedure books, I won't really go a ton into this. Just make sure that all of your people are keeping procedure books on their positions, anything that they're doing. It makes it so much easier to transfer over so that you already have this information when that next person steps into that position. So we won't go into all that because we're trying to hurry, but Delaney? Okay, these are programs. I just wanted to make sure that you all knew we have a Gold Star program, and I will push that information out. It's just different things that you're doing throughout the year that we're asking you to do. If you do it, then you receive an award. Some of you may have in your bags that your school actually received the Gold Star Award last year. The region actually received it too, just so you know. There are PTA awards. We want to realistically thank these people that are helping you this year because this is huge, and we want to thank you. So put your people in for PTA awards. There are grants. Utah PTA has grants, and the National PTA has grants. A lot of them are art grants, but just so you know, I want you to have these in your mind. And then secondary schools, we have Battle of the Bands, which I don't know what's going to happen with that, and the Utah State Student Council. So if you are part of a secondary school, and you have students that would like to volunteer at the state level, they are always looking for students. So just keep that in mind. They meet monthly, and it's really fun. My daughter loved it and grew tremendously from it. Oh yeah, and you do get scholarship money. She ended up with $1,000 in the end. Right. Okay, these are resources. So our Facebook for our region is Canyons Region 17 PTA. And then these are Utah PTA Facebook pages. You have to ask to be a part of it. They ask you a couple questions, and then they approve you. So Utah PTA Excellent Elementary, Utah PTA Super Secondary, Utah PTA Treasure, Utah PTA Advocacy, and then the Utah Community Council. All right, the next one. All right, so utahpta.org has revamped their website, and it's tremendous. It's so much better than it was before. They have a PTA University, which actually has all of the recorded workshops through the summer that are there. And we're going to ask for you to go to those, like ask your secretaries and your different positions to go and listen to those. They're only an hour long, and some of the stuff you don't need, but most of it you do. The handbooks are actually right there on the website. And your bylaws. If you're looking for a copy of bylaws, you can just click bylaws and you can print them from there. So Utah PTA has an app now, and you can actually access the handbooks. It's amazing. I love it. You can screenshot it and send it to people if you need information. And then they have links to the websites, and actually your bylaws are actually linked there too. And then again, the PTA.org is the National PTA resource. Okay, so I'm actually probably not going to do this. I'm going to let Susan do her stuff since it looks like, Terry, let me know when we're ready for lunch, but I'm going to let Susan go. And then we can come back and maybe brainstorm of what this year can look like. Miss Susan, are you ready?